And we are live. We have done it again. All right. So, can you see me, my dark? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this weekly update with myself. I'm Andre Rainey, the proud mayor of the great city of Peekskill, New York. Today's date is June 22nd, 2021, and I'm joined by our awesome city manager, Andy Stewart, and our senior services captain, I like to call him, Mr. Jonathan Zamora. Jonathan, thanks for joining us this afternoon, my friend.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Appreciate being here.
Absolutely. So, as all of you who are in the Facebook world, TV world, or internet world, you know that we do a weekly update to give you a little bit of what's going on with the COVID numbers and where we are as far as handling the pandemic. But we decided to elaborate a little bit further and give you more information on what's going on in the city of Peekskill. So, today, before we get into our COVID numbers as we normally do, we're going to welcome Jonathan as the department head of the senior citizens of the senior center, just to give us a little update on what's going on over there, what the seniors can expect for the next coming months, and also for those of you who want to join the senior or be a member of the senior citizens program. Please listen into what John has to say. Jonathan, the floor is yours, my friend.
All right. Thank you very much, Mayor. So we are very excited. After about 15 or 16 months of being 100% delivery only, we will reopen our doors at the Senior Center on Wednesday, July 7th. That is our projected opening date. We're working with the Westchester County Office of the Aging to prepare a very safe and methodical reentry into our senior services, which we are excited to do.
Nice.
I really just want to thank our staff for doing such a phenomenal job over the pandemic, and for all of our seniors who were very vocal and acceptable of us providing our services in an abbreviated manner. Obviously, we miss everybody. We're excited to see you all back in our building, and we really want to get back to normal as safely as possible. So just to offer a little bit more detail about what the new what to expect when coming back into the center. We will be reinstating our telephone reservation system for
Hmm.
on-site meals on a first come and first serve basis.
Nice.
So I know we have a lot of seniors very eager to come back, and we certainly are excited to see a lot of folks back in our doors. We are going to be sending a letter out to all of our meal program participants, members, and also posting on our website and on the city's Facebook page at some point very soon in the future, when we will start taking those reservations again. You know, as no one is, as everyone is aware, there's some seniors who are very internet savvy. There are some who have very little access to the internet. So our goal is to make it an equitable and fair process as possible for everyone to be able to come back and enjoy the meal, be able to socialize with their friends in the community that we built over the last several years here. So we are offering an in-person on-site dining service. We're also going to be a little bit more flexible than in the past, pre-COVID.
Hmm.
We're going to be offering a grab and go meal service for seniors who would like to take out a meal and who don't necessarily want to eat on site. We're also offering the opportunity for seniors to take their meal down to the senior club room, out to the patio area where we have a very nice, area out there to eat and socialize with other, members. So there are some options. Unfortunately, because of social distancing restrictions, we are limiting to about 40 seniors in the dining room at a time. Obviously, the tables are socially distanced. The DPW and the cleaning staff have done a phenomenal job preparing the neighborhood center with all of the floor stickers, decals, sanitizing stations, etc., that we will be ready to go when we do open. So in working with the Westchester County Office of the Aging, we are going to be opening in a series of steps. So first will be our meal program. Soon after will be our senior activities. And last will be our transportation. So we do want to make sure that we can accommodate everyone who wants to come into the center. Many of you are aware, maybe you are not aware, we have about 25% of our membership joined during COVID and have
Hmm.
never stepped foot in the neighborhood center at all. So they haven't seen firsthand all of the experiences and events that we have in here, but we're certainly eager to bring them and include them into our community. So mask wearing is going to be mandatory inside the building, and obviously when people are eating, they don't have to wear the masks. Staff will be fully masked and wearing gloves. We have a temperature tablet that we'll be using when seniors come into the dining room and to do the temperature checks. Cleaning and disinfection and sanitation will be routine, as they have been in our neighborhood center for quite some time. And so that is what some of the things we're looking forward to, when we do open back up. So in terms of getting in touch with us, seniors can call our telephone line at 914-734-4250. All right, if they're interested in joining our program. Again, we until July 7th, we are continuing to be 100% delivery. After that, we will reintroduce the meals to on-site.
Wonderful. Jonathan, that's awesome. And I just want to give yourself a pat on the back, man. You've worked extremely hard for that department since you've been there, and we definitely appreciate all you've done for the seniors. And the seniors always talk highly of you and Ray and the staff over there. So we definitely appreciate you for all that you've done and all that you will do in these upcoming months. And um, just so people know too, we also have a senior board that we meet with once a month. And Jonathan's been on some of those calls as well. And Patricia Riley is the actual liaison, and I'm the chair of the actual board. So if there's any seniors that are out there that are interested in being a part of this board, we have discussions on what other programs the city should be able to offer, or what concerns the community may have for the seniors, or just how seniors can be more involved and a part of some of the activities and things that are going on in the city of Peekskill. So if anyone is interested in joining this board, please do. And don't ask me the age. If you just feel you're a senior, you're a senior. I feel like I'm a senior sometimes. But if you're interested in being a part of this board and learning more about what we have going on as a city, or learn about more what Jonathan's been working on in his department, please consider to join and reach out to myself or the city manager. But Jonathan, thank you for the update. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mayor, and Andy as well. Thank you for all your support. We really appreciate it, and we're ready to hit the ground running.
Absolutely. So, quick question too. I know that there was like some light maintenance done down there too. I think they painted some areas, I believe, and they put like new
Oh,
tile on the ceiling or something like that down there.
right. We've done a lot of housekeeping, so to speak, throughout the pandemic, and that includes new coats of paint, new tables and chairs for the dining room. The downstairs club room has a fresh coat of paint, ceiling tiles. It's going to be a nice welcome, to the change. So it's we're looking forward to it.
There you go.
We should mention on top of that, the city is working on a grant request to the Community Development Block Grant Program for improvements to the neighborhood center. Maybe you can talk about a couple of the items on that list, Jonathan.
Oh, absolutely. So we've been working with the planning department, over the past couple of months here, and we're planning to do some improvements to the kitchen facility, dining room upstairs in the neighborhood center, and also trying to get funding for new buses, transportation buses, which are certainly overdue. One of the reasons we've been so active as a senior center is because we have the transportation readily available to us. So, pre-COVID, we went on many, many trips, which was great. In the new sort of normal, we are actually going to have more entertainment and activities on site, outdoors, and that way we can still be active in the community, and seniors can come in and rely on the same community that that they did before the pandemic.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan. I know you have a bus behind you on your green screen.
I love it. Yeah, I was looking at that.
And I know that you said that as far as your reopening process, the busing
Right.
is really the last item. Why is that?
Well, it's really a matter of safety. There's been a couple of senior centers that were open, and there's no playbook for this sort of thing. So to have busing be the recommendation to be the last implementation by the county, we're really going by their guidelines and what they recommend. So we've been working with them throughout, probably for the last few months, actually, on our process to reintegrate back into on-site. And what we thought was a very thorough and methodical plan, they said, well, let's maybe tweak and rethink this because this is what our experience has been. So it's certainly been a teamwork effort, and the name of the game is safety. And we want seniors to feel safe coming back into the center and know that we've done everything we can to make it as safe as possible for them. So that's one of the reasons we're just going by the guidance of the pros and the county and the state level.
Right, and because
Perfect.
the vehicle is more of a confined space, obviously
Right.
it's a more of a transmission risk. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful, Jonathan.
Yeah,
Thank you again, man.
I was going to ask you just another question. I know
Oh,
the
go ahead.
vaccination rate in Peekskill is around, I think, 51% now. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But do you know if the vaccination rate among seniors is either higher or lower than average?
In our experience in Peekskill, it's higher than average. I don't have an exact number. However, there's been several hundred seniors that we've come in contact with just through our program that have been vaccinated, and either through initiatives of our own or through their own process. So, the vast majority of seniors, I really can't put a specific number on it, that we've come in contact with are vaccinated and are eager to get back.
Yeah, I just want to commend you also your partnership with the New York Presbyterian Hospital when we did that um, weekend vaccination event down at the Kiley Center was a big push, and you helped out a lot with that. As well throughout the pandemic with the food distributions, which, given your familiarity, professional calling related to food, you've just did a wonderful job of helping to coordinate those groups and with Feeding Westchester, getting the food to the city.
Oh, absolutely. It was a pleasure, and it was great to work with all the other groups that helped. The school district. You have many other groups here. That was just a tremendous community effort and city effort in that. So I was just lucky to work with the leaders of these various organizations, and it was good to see that that the residents got the help that they needed.
Absolutely, and many of those food distributions are continuing. Actually, the schedule is regularly posted on the city website.
That's right.
Yeah, the mayor himself, of course, is very familiar with this, being one of the leaders of one of those distributions.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Absolutely.
And Jonathan always contributes for helping out, so we appreciate it. So, listen, man, thanks again. I know you got a lot of work to do, so we won't take up any more of your time, but we do appreciate you taking time out to give us such a thorough, informative update on what's going on in the senior department.
All right. Thank you so much, Mayor. And
Absolutely.
very nice to see you. Thank you so much. Take care.
That's great. Jonathan is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Our entire staff, for the most part, is awesome. So thank you. So Andy, the moment that everybody's waiting for, let's talk about these numbers and where we are, and let's talk about this vaccination and where we are.
So, it's become my sort of repeated message on this show that
The show.
people's vaccination rate is not as good as other communities, and so we've switched over from promoting the just the fact that there are very limited COVID cases in the city right now. The active case number is only 8 right now, which is of course a great improvement over the winter. Our vaccination rate for those over 12 is 51.4% based on the county's uh, the data portal that the county health department has, which you can find a link to on the city's Facebook page. And that number is behind other communities, and we're hoping that that we publicize that people will take advantage of the opportunities to get vaccinated because it's such an important part of public health. We'll continue to support those kinds of activities. I wanted to mention the Gay Pride event on this Saturday in Pugsley Park actually has a vaccination pop up that Save More Pharmacy is coordinating. There's a lot of ways that people get vaccinated. The information is easily available.
Mm-hmm.
The more people that do, the safer we all are.
Right.
So our numbers are coming up a little bit. Last time we talked about this, it was in the high, 40, 48%, something like that. So the numbers are coming up a little bit, which is good to see. But we still have a little ways to go.
Vaccination numbers we're talking about.
Yeah, the vaccination number. The statewide number is 70%. People remember the governor basically celebrating that a week or so ago and relieving a lot of the COVID-related restrictions on social distancing and caps on the number of people who come out for an event and room capacities, things like that. In recognition that says statewide, there's a 70% vaccination rate for folks that are over 12, I think. But in our city, it's not that high. So people still need to stay aware of that.
Absolutely. So, I do want to thank everyone that's been working extremely hard to continue the process of keeping this community safe. The city of Peekskill still distributing masks. We're still doing the food distribution on Fridays with Westcop and the city youth pro, and we're still giving out sanitizer for those who need it. So, thank you to all of the community partners who came together last year. Last year, as painful and as stressful as it was, we got to see so many people come together from all different backgrounds and religions and everything else to help out and give back to this community. So I'm very proud of the city of Peekskill for what they've done. I also want to just make a quick acknowledgement. I know we mentioned it last night at the council meeting, a couple of members of the council, but for those of you who may have missed the meeting, Andy did give a thorough update on COVID last night as well. but they also gave acknowledgement to the Youth Bro and the Juneteenth event.
Hmm.
It was a great turnout of people, and a great way to celebrate what they call now Freedom Day, Juneteenth. So anyone who's unfamiliar with the term or what the meaning of Juneteenth is, I would definitely take some time out just to do a little research and inform yourself. It's great history in America. It shows how far people have come and where we are now, and of course how far we have to go. But it does show that we've overcome a lot in this country, and to know that it's an actual holiday now, we can not only celebrate it, but educate the rest of the nation on what this means to the culture is phenomenal. So I thought that was a great event this past weekend in the city of Peekskill. Anybody who missed Juneteenth, Mike Miner recorded it all for you, so you can find it on YouTube. You may even see it on the government channel every so often, or the city website or Facebook page, so you can see how wonderful this event was organized, put together, and how smooth it went. And for those of you who missed it, hopefully you'll be there next year. Juneteenth, the city of Peekskill has a Juneteenth committee. So if you're interested in supporting, helping organize for next year, consider joining the Juneteenth committee by contacting Tuesday McDonald at Tuesday. I'm sorry, T McDonald at cityofpeekskill.com.
And especially inspiring, I think, is the speeches and the performances by the young people,
Oh
and
yeah,
the marching band and dancers and people reciting really poetic statements that were inspirational to me anyway. Really
absolutely.
beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So just I'll try to run through a quick few things. I know it's already 12:27, but I do want to remind people today is primary election day. Make sure you get out and vote if you haven't already in the primary. Today is primary election day. You can vote at your normal voting polls, and if you can't figure it out, you can always look on the website or you can Google it, and they'll tell you exactly where you can go to vote. I want to give a special shout out to Deputy Mayor McKenzie. She had as many of you may know, her restaurant, Kathleen's Tea Room, had the ceiling had collapsed a little over a week ago, and she's okay. Nobody was hurt, and she's looking forward to hopefully revitalizing her business. Not sure how soon or how far away, but she is okay. She is doing better, and she says thank you to everyone for all the well wishes, all the support, and all the prayers, because they're definitely keeping her spirits high.
Thank you, Mayor. Just I want to mention a couple of things. Number one, last night, very briefly, there was actually a tornado warning that came through our code red system.
While we were on the
All our
meeting.
phones kind of blew up with a piercing noise, and this is during near the end of our city council meeting when we were in executive session. And it's just a reminder to me that code red system is really great,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
people can sign up for that. It's free. You register on the city website, and you'll get the tornado warning if it happens, in addition to storm warnings and other things.
right.
So please take advantage of that. It's really, you get immediate messages
Hmm.
through Code Red. And also the New York Alert System offers a similar service. You just put in your address and it'll give you warnings that you
Every time.
that,
Yeah, especially it's so convenient now with all of these smartphones. You could just tap into the app, and whenever there's an issue, Amber Alert or Storm Alert or whatever the case is, you'll get notified, and you can help uh, yeah, people in your area in your community. So that's great. Um, one thing I want to discuss, let people know about is we did discuss. The council was talking last night about having in person meetings again. Some of the council members are extremely excited about it. The rest of them are excited but cautious and nervous about it. So hopefully, within the next month or so, we'll have our first meeting in person again. Um, and it looks like there's a possibility that this will be in a firehouse. Andy, you
so we're
recommend?
actually, the city council talked about the July 19th meeting being in the firehouse where there's plenty of room for people to social distance.
Hmm.
And I think that's a great location for it. The only downside is that the live TV broadcast can't come out of there, but it's a good room and it's a beautiful firehouse. And inviting people in on the 19th makes a lot of sense. Just as a reminder, the city council meeting schedule in July and August is light. So we have a meeting on the July 19th and then another cycle of meetings in August.
Yep. So you will be asked to wear a mask. Your temperature will be checked, and we will ask people if you are sick or if you have any symptoms of COVID. As much as you'd like to be a part of the meeting, please do not come. Everyone else, until we reach capacity, we welcome everybody to come back. I know a lot of people are just anxious as we are to be back in person with people and see people again. So I'm looking forward to that meeting in July.
Yeah, me too. Um, there are other items that were on the agenda last night that might be good to talk about.
No,
Um,
I, th- you know,
out of time, so.
Yeah, I think we talked about anything. Only other thing I would definitely talk about is the Oakwood Drive, just to keep people updated. But maybe at the next council meeting we can do a a report on that. But that's an exciting project that we've been waiting for years, and just seeing it finally come to fruition is amazing. And the city of Peekskill has a lot to look forward to.
Absolutely. Yeah, the amount of projects on the plans right now, it's really pretty exciting with the downtown revitalization initiative
Yeah.
and the various other projects the city is generating. So it's great to see that kind of progress.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a quick look at Facebook comments to see if we've got anything we can respond to?
Yeah. See if we got any on there now.
Okay. I'm just going to start at the top. Let's see. There's one or two negatives here that I'm not going to go into.
Okay.
Just asking about 4th of July parade. Is the tradition dead? I would say the tradition is not dead, but the organizers have taken a year off because of the COVID situation that required that event is so large it needs to be planned way ahead of time. And at the time that needed to take place, the pandemic made it impossible to do.
Right.
No, it's not. It's not a dead tradition at all. The fire department, volunteers, and others are definitely planning an event for next year.
Hmm.
Um, okay, sorry. There's a political one on here, and I can't get through it fast enough. Um, if seniors are vaccinated, do they still have to wear a mask? Yeah, Jonathan was clear on that. He said everybody coming into the senior center will be asked to have a mask on. They can obviously take it off when they're eating. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like it's basically the COVID rules we've been living with for a while. We're using the
Yep.
same rule for City Hall for the time being. We may relax that in the future, but it feels like the safe place to be right now. It's not a great inconvenience. And also gets us out of the business of trying to verify vaccination, which feels a little bit invasive.
Hmm.
So,
Especially, and as the numbers go low, that'll definitely be a thought. But the vaccination doesn't prevent everyone or anyone from getting the virus. So we don't want people to, especially our seniors, the vulnerable, to get a vaccination and just be around people who may have it. They can still be infected. So until further notice, we're asking everybody to wear the mask still.
um,
So
yeah, there's just people talking about wearing masks at Juneteenth. Um, the large outdoor events, you don't have to have a mask requirement. It's really optional right now. The state has made it optional. The state's released us from a lot of those restrictions in terms of outdoor events and indoor room capacities and things like that. So
yeah.
you'll see people more and more exercising flexibility around mask wearing individually and as they program events. Um, so I think we're all going to keep evolving in that way.
Okie dokie.
Okay. And I think that's probably summarizes it as well as I can anyway for the time being. If anybody has a specific question, there's somebody here asking about a lawsuit, but without any detail related, they're welcome to email me, and I'll try to help them if they have questions um, about the city. As always, I'll put my email address in the chat for any.
Wonderful. Sounds good to me. Well, Andy, listen, it's always a pleasure updating the community and speaking with you. I look forward to the next one. And to the people out there in the city, please go have a great afternoon. And I will see you here again, same time, same place next week.
Thanks so much, Mayor. Take care. All right.
All right.